Well, welcome back to ARC PDX. I'm Daryl Burke here in the ARC studio. Wesley Eagle is, of course, on the road and tired this morning, as you've seen throughout the show, but we're also tracking the illegal gambling scandal that has rocked the sports world. Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups is among dozens accused of being part of an illegal poker operation with ties to the mafia. A second investigation involves leaked insider information used to defraud sports betting companies. And this morning, we're diving into all the implications of this scandal, and joining us now is Berger, host of the award-winning podcast Sports Business Radio. He also worked for the Blazers in the 1990s. Brian, how are you? I'm so glad we got you this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Brian, what's your initial reaction to all this big news? There's a lot of buzz, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you do partnerships with the sports gambling companies like the NBA and all the other leagues have, this was the fear, right? That there was going to be something that would strike at the integrity of the game. And people want to believe what they're watching is real and that there's integrity around it. So I'm not completely shocked that this happened. I've done shows on this was bound to happen at some point. Did I think it would be Chauncey Billups at the center of this and here in my own backyard? Probably not. But I'm not surprised that it went this way with the sports gambling companies and all of the partnerships that exist now.
Yeah, we're all on social media, so we see all the buzz and all the talk surrounding all this. There have been online rumors about Billups' alleged involvement in rigged poker games dating back several years. So, Brian, should the team face tough questions from fans on if they did their due diligence before they hired Billups in 2021 and when they extended him again this past summer?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's fair, right? These teams all have security teams, people who are gathering intelligence. They're trying to make the most informed decisions they can. I have no idea how much legwork the Blazers did on all of that with Chauncey Billups. Like you said, there were certainly whispers about him. I can't sit here and play Monday morning quarterback now and say, well, that was a bad decision. By all accounts, Chauncey was respected and liked by the team and the players, and I think that's what they focused on first. And this is just another reminder. You know, we all pretend like we know these coaches and athletes and commissioners, and we don't really know them. We don't really know what they're doing in the shadows. And, you know, Chauncey Billups was playing poker, allegedly, and doing some things that were pretty shady, and none of us had a clue.
And, Brian, we know the elephant in the room is the fact that the team is up for sale and in the process of being sold. Front Office Sports reports that Blazers sale to Tom Dundon is expected to take 2 years. How will this news kind of impact the sale, and are you expecting it to be derailed at all?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's derailed. And I'll tell you this, if I was advising Tom Dundon, I would tell him to go back to Jody Allen and Burt Kold and say, I'm not paying what I said I was paying before. This is now a tainted franchise. There's controversy around it. I'm paying less or I'm out. And that's what I would do if I was advising him. I think, you know, if you're a sponsor of the team, if you're a season ticket holder, you know, you want to believe that most of the team, this was the only bad apple, so to speak, and everyone else is on the up and up. But your name has been dragged through the mud in the last 24 hours. It's harmed the product and tainted the perception of the franchise, as has the NBA had its brand tainted. So if I was Tom Dundon, it's not the same deal today that it was a week ago.
And we know sports betting, you know, has really gotten popular in recent years, you know. And I just want to piggyback off of a quote that you guys put out there on your X page. For those asking, other than eliminating or curbing player prop bets, you guys say you can't see how sports leagues puts the sports gambling toothpaste back in the tube. Speaking of the billions of dollars that we know is at stake that sports leagues generate from sports gambling partnerships, how do you expect the NBA and other leagues to kind of respond to this whole thing?
Well, I think one of the things, like I just mentioned in that tweet, is you've got to figure out a way to keep the information about the players, who's playing, who's injured, what they may be dealing with. That's got to be kept confidential. It's got to be in a tight circle. It can't get out to the public so it can influence betting. So they're going to have to figure that out. And the even better solution would be removing prop bets altogether on the players, so you're not doing over-unders. I mean, it used to be back in the day, you bet the spread of the game and you bet the over-under. There weren't all these player prop bets. Or if you're going to do player prop bets, only do them on couple of marquee players in each game. You shouldn't have a guy on the bench who can come into the game for 5 minutes and, say, hey, take the under tonight. I'm only in for 5 minutes. You shouldn't have that kind of person being able to have a prop bet on them, in my opinion.
And you mentioned how this could taint the Blazers' image here, but obviously the NBA, that's their team. That's one of the 30 teams that they have in the league. So how do you expect this to look for the NBA, considering this could really be hurting their image as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate for the NBA. You had the first 2 nights of the season with the new media partners, exciting games. Victor Wembanyama did amazing things. Everyone was talking about the play on the court. And then you wake up yesterday morning and all of that has disappeared and the focus is on this scandal. So if you're the NBA, you want to get the focus back on basketball as soon as possible. But unfortunately, there's still going to be a lot of tentacles to this story. Most likely, we're going to uncover more information on Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, Damon Jones. And I would also expect, and the Fed's kind of hinted at this, this is going to be more widespread. And I would also tell the fans out there, this isn't going to just be isolated to the NBA. It might not be the same scandal. It might be a completely different scandal. There's a lot of shady stuff happening in all of the leagues. And now, I don't know if you saw, but the NCAA legalized sports gambling for student athletes this week.
That's a good point,
so
Brian.
It's only going to get more complex. You have people who can be tempted by bad people or improper people. And, I don't think this is going to go away. They're not going to come out tomorrow and say, you know what? We're canceling all the partnerships with sports gambling companies. There's just too much money at stake. So they're going to have to figure out, how do we make it work? We know there's going to be bumps in the road along the way, but how do we make it work as best as possible? Because we can't give back all this money.
Brian Berger, host of the award-winning podcast Sports Business Radio, also spent time with the Blazers in the 1990s. Thank you so much, Brian, for spending some valuable time with us this morning and giving us that insight.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we create a lot of valuable content here on ARC PDX. If you want to see it again or share with your friends, point your phone's camera at the QR code. It's as easy as that. It will take you right to the ARC PDX YouTube page.